Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Christy. If you're new here, I'm a reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. And today I'm doing another Ship With Me video. I had quite a good sales weekend. I did run a sale on Poshmark that I'm going to get into when I get into the Poshmark sales. And I had 3 eBay sales, which doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but that is a really big accomplishment for me just because I've been trying to get my eBay store to be consistent. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. I have quite a few sales to go over, and I'm trying to get to the post office before it gets too late, so let's hop right into it. Okay, so I'm going to begin with the eBay sales, and the first one was another Eileen Fisher piece that sold. If you saw my last haul video, you would see I found a bunch of Eileen Fisher pieces, which I was so excited about because that's just not something that I find in my Goodwills anyway. This was a really great piece. This is one of the like newer pieces I could tell that I had found from Eileen Fisher that day, and it is just really nice. 100% organic linen. I had listed this on eBay for $49.99, and it did sell for that full price that I had listed it for, which is great. You know, that doesn't happen usually. A lot of times, even on eBay, you know, people wants to get a better deal and they will send an offer. I had a little bit of interest on this, and I had got some lower offers. I think I had got like a couple of offers for like 30, 35, but I decided to kind of hold out and wait, and I'm glad that I did, just because I realized this was a well sought out piece. There was a lot of watchers on this piece, a lot of likes on this piece. And usually when that happens with something, I will try to hold out for as long as I can just to see if I'll get my full price sale. And so for this one, this particular one, I did, which I'm so excited about. I am going to wrap this in some paper, which I don't usually do for my eBay orders, but just because she did pay up for this, she did pay quite a bit of money for it. I just want it to be packaged well. So the breakdown for this one was I paid $4.99, and I don't know my eBay fees right off the top of my head on items. I don't look into it until I go through my books, so I'm not quite sure what the fees were, but yeah, full price $49.99, paid $4.99. That is such an awesome return on this piece, and that's why I was so excited to find these, because I knew that these Eileen Fisher pieces would sell, and maybe not for like a ton of money that people think you'll get for it, but they do sell, and they do get quite a lot of attention. So especially if the Eileen Fisher that you find is 100% linen, I would definitely, if it was me and it's in good condition, I would definitely pick it up. Okay, so this is going to be mailed off in a poly mailer. This is actually my last poly mailer of this size, so I'm going to have to order some of these this week. They are my favorite. I will have them linked down below. They're just like really like thick feeling and just well made, so highly recommend these. And I do put my little Jesus loves you stickers on my packaging. And I just made this so ugly, but oh well. Sometimes I put my labels on so nicely and so cute, and then other times I just don't even pay attention. That I'm like, wow, I could have done a better job than what I just did. Okay, I went ahead and brought my tripod a little bit closer. I hope that looks a little bit better for you guys. So the next item that sold is another more of a designer piece. This is actually a really good designer. I would pick up items from this brand, especially dresses, but not blouses, because as you're about to see, this blouse did not do well. The name of the brand is Chloe Kristen, and this was actually a very high-priced, high-dollar blouse. I can't remember exactly what this retailed for, but it's very nice feeling. It's kind of like a ponte knit feel to it. Has a zipper in the back, has the statement sleeves, but there was just not a lot of interest in this piece, and I don't even think I had not even one like on Poshmark for this. But the dresses by this brand do really well, so I would highly recommend the dresses by Chloe Christian, just not the blouses. But I received an offer on eBay for this of $17. I had it priced around like, I think it was like $35 or $40, but it was not moving. So I was like, I better drop the price to see if this thing will move, because I have had this listed for a while. And so I dropped the price to $24 and received that $17 offer, and I did take it just because it's been setting. The cost of goods for this was $0 because I was given this from my mother-in-law. So $0 cost of goods and $17. I went ahead and took it just to go ahead and get things moving. As you guys know, if I receive an offer for something, especially if it's a $0 cost of goods item, I'm more inclined to just go ahead and accept that offer, especially if it's a piece that just hasn't got that much interest. I'll just go ahead and move it. I don't want to continue to set on something that obviously is not in high demand. I'd rather move it on alone and then, you know, go to other things. Have that money to like buy other things to resell. I'm just having the worst day with my tripod. I keep having to move it because I feel like it's not in the best position. So I'm sorry about that. You probably are like, why does the frame keep changing? It's because I'm just having a hard time with my tripod. Anyway, I had a weird situation with this where for some reason I had put this as media mail, and that was obviously my mistake, and I've never ran into that mistake before, but obviously it's not media mail. So I had to basically pay the extra to change it, because you can change it, usually the shipping on eBay, but if you do, obviously you're going to have to cover any costs extra that you would have. And yeah, so I can't remember how much I had to cover. I think it was like $4 or $5, but I went ahead and put it as a padded flat rate, because obviously this is not media mail. So yeah, padded flat rate, and I'm glad to see this go, because again, if it's not moving and there's not much interest in it, I don't want to hold on to it and it just take up space. So yeah. Okay, so next piece, this is the last eBay order. Ooh. I've actually sold this dress before, but it was a situation where the order had to be canceled. So this is from Saks Fifth Avenue. It is a gingham print cold shoulder dress. Very cute, very nice feeling. It's like a midi length, very preppy style. This I had listed for $50, and it just has been taking forever to move. So I had a watcher on eBay. It was like a string, little stray string here. I had a watcher on eBay, and I decided to send a pretty hefty offer because, you know, I was running the sales on Poshmark, and I was like, you know what? I just want to get some stuff moving. So I sent out an offer for this of, I had it listed for $49.99. I sent out an offer for $35, and she did accept it, which I was excited for, just because, you know, ever since this happened with this dress not selling to that one individual, like, it's just set. And there has been some interest, but I feel like $35 for this is a great price to sell it for. I have zero cost of goods. This was given to me from my mother-in-law. And I can't remember if I said the previous piece, that Chloe Christian blouse was a $0 cost of goods as well. It was given to me. So yeah, zero cost of goods, sold for $35. Yeah, glad to see it go. And I am going to send this in a 1097 box and USPS priority mail. I was going to send it in one of the little envelopes, the Tyveks that I like to use for USPS, but because of the bulkiness of it, I decided I'm going to send it in one of these boxes, because this is the smallest box you can get, that has like, just looks like this. It has the adhesives on the side, which I really, really appreciate. Okay, now we're going to jump into the Poshmark sales, which is where I had most of my sales, but keep in mind before I even hop into these, I did run quite a big sale. So I do that from time to time, and honestly, I do it at random. I will send out greater offers. So I start with 10% on some items. Some items I start at 20%. It depends on the item. And then slowly I build that up. And I'm pretty strategic, or try to be strategic, of what days I send out those offers. And slowly I'll build up until I get to 40%. Now, it does depend on the item. If it's a more substantial item that I know that I can get a good price where I just need to hold out for it, I will not send out a 40% offer. But if it's something that is not moving, it does not have much interest, I have a zero cost of goods, or it's just something that's not wanting to move, I will put it in that category of a 40% off sale when I have them. So keep in mind that kind of explains why a lot of these are lower price sales, but I'm just trying to move things out. I know like we're going into, or about to go into, the time of summer slowdown. So I'm trying to just move things out, make what I can from things, and just not hold on to anything, if that makes sense. I would rather do that than just have a bunch of inventory going into summer slowdown. I want to be making some sales so that I have, you know, the income coming in to be able to invest in new inventory that I know is going to sell quicker, if that makes sense. Okay, so the first sale I'm going to show was a bundle sale, and this was a really good bundle sale, I feel like, just because I had got these little cute sandals from my mother-in-law. These are a girl's size 3, and they're just like, you know, that really almost dropped it, really popular style of espadrille strappy sandals. But these are just, this one's Old Navy and this one's Walmart, but I knew these would sell even if they only sold for $8 each. And because I had that zero cost of goods and it was really simple and easy to list them, I went ahead and did that. And I actually got a bundle sale out of it. So she put these in a bundle, and I think the bundle price was like $25 or something like that. I can't even remember what I had these listed for. But I sent her an offer to get both of these for $20, and she accepted. I have to do these separate. Actually, I'll do it this way. So she accepted that $20 offer, which made my earnings $16, which, I mean, isn't the greatest, but if I'm being honest, I was not expecting much from these anyway. So to have a very quick flip, because it's been very recent since I listed these, and make $16 from them, that is amazing to me. I will totally take that any day. Yeah, talking about summer slowdown, I was kind of, I won't say I was going into panic mode, but I was kind of wondering if we were already getting into it, because last week my sales were just very slow, and maybe that's probably what pushed me into running the very aggressive sale of 40% off. But I've noticed a lot of times if I will get things moving, it usually generates more sales, and it for some reason, I guess it does something in the algorithm where you'll get more traffic in your closet when you make a sale or when you accept an offer. It's just something, I guess, that maybe Poshmark uses in their algorithm to say that specific seller is active, I have no idea. But I've noticed if I can get some things moving and get a couple of sales, then I'm more likely to get more sales, if that makes sense. Of course, if you're new and you're just beginning reselling, these shipping supplies from USPS are completely free to anyone. All you need to do is just create a free account on USPS and you can order these supplies for your business. And I will have the ones that I like personally listed below. Okay, so I ended up having to package that a little bit differently so that they would fit. But we got them to fit. I will actually reinforce this one before I send it, and I'll just put some extra tape. I don't know where my little priority stickers are at this moment, but usually I will put those on there, and that way I don't have to use my tape. And this is pretty heavy, so I'm going to weigh this just to make sure I don't need to update this one. Okay, 2 pounds, 15 ounces. That's awesome. And also, talking about updating your label, if it's over 5 pounds, that's when you update it. And I think for like an extra pound or two, it's like $4 or something. I don't know how much it is now. I haven't had to do that in a while. I don't get many bundle sales, if I'm being honest. I get mostly individual sales. Forgot to put a Jesus Loves You sticker on that one. Okay, so the next sale is these pair of very cute Betsy Johnson heels. I've had these listed for a couple months now. They had like so much interest. They're like the Diorce style, which is a very popular style for heel wearers, and they're just really cute. This almost looks like, it almost looks like paint splatters, but it's actually like floral print, if you can see that, like a colorful floral print with a bow. Just really cute, awesome condition. These were given to me from my mother-in-law, and I had a lot of interest in these. I remember the first time I had listed them, I think the amount of likes I had got on this on Poshmark was like 30 likes or 29, something crazy like that. But it was like, I was trying to get at least like 45 for these. That was kind of like my price range, but it's like nobody would take the bait, so to speak. And there was a lot of interest even on like other platforms, even on Poshmark, even on Mercari and eBay. It's just nobody bought them. And I heard a reseller say recently, she's like, you know, even if something has a lot of likes, she still relist it, because she was basically saying, you know, just because it has a lot of likes does not mean I'm not going to relist something, because obviously all those people are not interested in it enough by now, or they would have already bought it. And that kind of put things into my perspective, because at some points in time I would just not relist something because it had a lot of likes. But for this one, I had relisted, and the amount of likes went back up. I don't know how many I had at this point after relisting, but there was still a lot of interest, but still nobody would take the bites, the offers that I was sending out. And so anyway, I received an offer of $35 for those, and I took it because I'm like, okay, this buyer is obviously very interested in this product. I'm going to go ahead and accept this offer just because they've been sitting for probably about 3 to 4 months now, something like that. So yeah, sold for $35. Cost of goods was $0. After fees and everything, I made $28. So I will totally take that for those, especially having a $0 cost of goods. And I'm going to send these in a 1095 just to make sure they have plenty of room. And if I need to, I will add some paper so they don't jostle around. But yeah, Betsy Johnson is definitely a brand I would say be on the lookout for, because there's a lot of collectors that collect Betsy Johnson pieces because they're very like different colorful, stylish pieces usually. So if you find some in good condition Betsy Johnson, I would definitely run some comps on it, because especially the shoes do really, really, really good. And this is another one I will probably reinforce off camera. Just add some extra tape. One thing that was kind of weird over the weekend is, for some reason, I was getting a lot of sales from Georgia, which is where I'm from. And I do not get many sales from Georgia at all. So I thought that was kind of cool. Okay, so the next item. So this was an experimental piece that I had picked up. It's by the brand Vineyard Vines. If you've never seen the tag, it just looks like that. It has the blue and the pink Vineyard Vines. I've picked up men's Vineyard Vines and it's done great, but I had never picked up a women's Vineyard Vines piece. And I had found this piece, and it was actually last spring. I've had this listed for quite a while. Didn't realize that it had some stains under the armpits of all places. This is what it looks like. It's just like a pink gingham button-down shirt. Very just preppy, very cute. It has a little whale, which is the way that you can tell it's a Vineyard Vines piece. That's their little signature whale. And these pieces of clothing are not cheap. I don't know what this retailed for, but at least $70. And if you hear something in the background, it is morning, or well, actually it's almost afternoon now, but my hens are laying eggs, and they are egg songing right now, which just means they're singing their songs because they laid their eggs. They are totally fine, but that's what that is in the background. But I had wanted to experiment with this because I had never found a Vineyard Vines piece by women. And so yeah, I got it home, stain under the arms. I was able to stain treat it and get those stains out, which was wonderful. And I listed this, I think I had started the listing at like $30, $35. Did not move. Not much interest, maybe like a like or two, but no really like real interest. And I had dropped the price. I think I had it listed for $25, something like that. And still just not moving. So when I was running that 40% off sale over the weekend, I was like, yeah, this is one of those pieces that I'm just ready to see go. I've had it listed for at least a year now. And even though my cost of goods is kind of high for this, I paid like $4 or $5. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it. I was just ready to see this sale. So it sold for $16 after my cost, not cost of goods, after fees and everything. I made $10.78, and then you would subtract my cost of goods. So yeah, I didn't make much for this at all, but it's just, you know, sometimes you just have to take a chance on brands, not really knowing how they'll do. And, you know, sometimes it turns out being great. Other times it ends up being a loss, and sometimes you have to do that when it comes to reselling. I do know, like, there was this one time I found this brand. It was called, I think it was called like Villa Gallo, something like that. And I remember looking at the comps, and they were everywhere. Like, the comps were anywhere from like $15 to $75, and they were absolutely everywhere. And I just felt like that piece was just a really nice piece. It had some embroidery on the front, and I just held out for it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to hold out for this piece. I feel like this will sell really well. Ended up selling full price for like $49.99 on eBay. So it just goes to show some pieces, you just kind of have to fill it out. Like for this one, I just felt like it was just not going to sell for anything more than $20. And I was ready to see it go. So I'll take the $16 and use whatever I made from this to buy something that I know that will flip way more quickly. I'm just going to send this in a Tyvek. This is the first time I'm bringing out my Tyvek envelopes. I love the Tyvek envelopes. I use those quite often. I've been using the Jesus Loves You stickers that I had left over. So I'm just grabbing some new ones. which I will have these down below as well, just in case you're interested in getting some. They weren't expensive. I think they're like $12, $13, but you get quite a bit of them, and they're very nice quality. And it's just a way that I spread the gospel and just, you know, tell everyone about Jesus. Because that's what we were created for, to serve the Lord and to glorify Him. Okay, so the next item was a dress that was part of the 40% off sale. Yes, this was also part of the 40% off sale. I've had like a lot of interest on this. This is a Calvin Klein. I would say this is a career dress to me. This is a career dress. It has the blue and black, just really nice looking dress. The only issue with this is it does have peeling on the front, which I did note in the listing. And I've had a lot of interest in it, which made me want to hold out for at least $25 for this, but it's just not moved. It's not wanted to move. So I did put this as part of my 40% off sale, and I sold it for $15. There was a zero cost of goods for this, which is awesome, which makes it even more great. And this was given to me from my mother-in-law. So after fees and everything, I made $9.98. Just happy to see it go. It's just sitting. I don't feel like, you know, I could have got more than $20 for it again. So I'll take the $15 and use what I made from this to buy other things. But yeah. Honestly, you guys, I know a lot of people pass on Calvin Klein, but as far as their dresses, I would seriously pick up Calvin Klein dresses that are more of this career style, that are like a bigger size. Like this is a size 12, so like 12 and up. I would most definitely pick up Calvin Klein dresses, especially that sheath style, that, you know, workwear style. They have done really well for me, and I've had a lot of interest on every single Calvin Klein dress that I have listed that's similar to this, that is a larger size. Since this is a dress, I'm going to send this off in a 1097. And these self-adhesive boxes, you guys, is such an awesome thing to have if you're a reseller and sell on Poshmark. Like, I highly recommend them. They're just so convenient. You don't have to have any tape. It really saves money because I have gone through tape. I will say that. In my short reselling career, I've bought a lot of tape. Okay, so the next item to sell is this Savannah Jane piece. Savannah Jane is a brand that I will like pretty much always pick up, especially if it's something that has embroidery. I'm trying to get the tag so I can show you, but it just says, oh my goodness, difficulties here. It just says Savannah Jane. Maybe you can see that, but their stuff is very like boho. I've noticed they do like a lot of like Johnny Was, you know, lookalikes. And this dress specifically is very popular with like the boutique brands, because Savannah Jane is a boutique brand, but it's like a higher end boutique brand, if I'm not mistaken. Where did my little scissors go? There they are. There's like a stray string at the front. But I love their pieces. They're so cute to me. But this was one that just did not want to move. And I think the reason why is because of the size. It's a size medium. So if you do pick up Savannah Jane, I would say maybe just pick up the large and up sizes. Because I feel like if this had been in a large or more, I feel like this would have already sold. But I've had this listed for a while, was not moving, did not have much interest in it. So I had sent out a 40% offer to all the likers, which someone did accept. And so it sold for $16. And I paid like $4.89 for this. So after the fees and everything, I made $10.78, and then you would subtract that $4.89. Again, not the craziest profit, but I would still pick up Savannah Jane pieces. Absolutely, 100% would. Because I had sold like a blouse from them. I think it was like a size large, and it had embroidery like this, and it sold for like $35. So this brand is definitely one I would say be on the lookout for, but just look up the piece. If it has a lot going for it like this one does, like embroidery, and it's a larger size, I would definitely pick it up if it was me. And this is another one I'm going to send off in a Tyvek. Tried and true Tyvek envelope. So I'm curious of what you guys are doing to prepare for summer slowdown. I know it's probably inevitable to happen, but I know for me personally, I am going to do better than I did last summer, because last summer it was my first summer reselling, for one, okay? Because I started in August of 2021. So summer of 2022 was my first summer reselling. It was also the year that Poshmark had like a big issue. So that was just really discouraging, if I'm being honest. My sales completely tanked. And I remember just getting really discouraged by that. And because I was so discouraged by it, I was not putting any effort into my business. I had just started using Flip, and I wasn't using it like I needed to. Flip is such a good option if you're trying to save money on your business. It has a share, it has a cross lister, it has everything you need. And I was not taking my business seriously anymore. I was very just discouraged by it. So I wasn't making many sales anyway. On top of the issue with summer slowdown, and on top of the issue of Poshmark having issues, it was just a very discouraging time. But I made it through it. I decided to continue reselling. But this summer, I'm hoping and praying I am going to do differently. I'm going to relist. I'm going to try not to put as much money into the business as far as like buying things, and just keep to a very strict budget. That is one thing I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go ahead and show this piece so I can be getting it ready. This is Kathy Daniels. I've heard that this brand is actually really nice. My grandma gave me this. This was one of hers. This was one of her blouses, and it's a linen and rayon blend. It's very nice. It's a really cute color. Just did not have much interest in it, and for that reason, it was part of the 40% off sale. I didn't have this listed for much anyway. There is some washwear to it. It's not in like, that's one of my hands. It's not in the best condition. So yeah, it sold for $7, made $2.03 after fees. It's whatever. I'd rather go ahead and let it go. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm going to make sure that I'm not putting a bunch of money into inventory. I believe that my mother-in-law has another pile, what am I saying? Another lot. Is that the word? I believe my mother-in-law has like another lot of inventory that she is going to give me soon. So I'm really going to work on those pieces. I've even thought about doing some consignment with her just because I feel like it would help her also. So that's something I'm going to be looking into this summer. And then I'm going to keep my cost of goods down, not spend as much money, but also make sure that I'm putting time and effort into listing whatever I have and relisting as much as I can, because relisting really does help any reseller business. So if you're not utilizing relisting, definitely add it into your business. But I'm curious as to what you guys plan on doing. If you have any strategies of how to get through summer slowdown. This will be, like I said, my second summer slowdown. And even though I'm not trying to sound negative about it, like, oh, we're going to have a summer slowdown, I'm just trying to be realistic as well and just prepare for it and be smart about it and not get discouraged. Just know that, like, okay, it very well may slow down, but I'm going to keep working as much as I can and doing what I can to keep my business expenses low. So yeah, that's all I got to say about summer slowdown. I know last year it came in early, like it was like April. But I think that wasn't even summer slowdown. I think that was just Poshmark having issues last year. So, but yeah, I feel like I've learned since then. I've learned since last summer. I've learned to run sales. I've learned to relist. I've learned to send out offers frequently. I've learned more about the algorithm. So I'm hoping that this summer is not like last summer, in Jesus' name. Okay, so the next piece is a very cute piece. Almost didn't want to put this as part of my 40% off sale because it is just gorgeous. Look how cute this piece is. How adorable is that? Look at the sleeves. It's just gorgeous, but it just did not have a lot of interest for some reason. This is the brand Top Shop. This is a brand I would pick up if it's something substantial, kind of like this piece. I would pick it up if my cost of goods was low, just because I don't think this brand retails for much. I could be wrong about that. So it's not going to resell for much anyway. But yeah, I put it as part of my 40% off sale, and it sold for $18. Cost of goods was $0. This was another piece that my mother-in-law had given me. So after fees and everything, I made $12.38. So not bad. I still have one more of these listed right now, and it's a gingham print one, same size 12. But for that one, I think I'm going to hold out on, just because it's a little bit more substantial because of the print. So I'm going to try to at least get 25 for that one. But yeah, cost of goods $0. So letting it go for $18, I'm not too sad about that. But if I do continue to pick up Topshop, I will definitely do my research on the item just to make sure it's still in on trend piece, because I think just this is just not as on trend as it used to be, I guess. I even had some really good what are they called? Pictures. I found really good pictures of a model wearing this. Stock photos. So even with that, it would not move. So it's definitely a piece that I'm glad to see go. Yeah, but the plans for this week is to possibly go thrifting. But again, I'm trying to keep that, I can't get my words together. I'm trying to keep my cost of goods low and just my expenses. There we go. My expenses for the business low. But I think I may try to go thrifting sometime this week. But definitely going to be doing a lot of relisting. I did some relisting over the weekend. And I've been utilizing the flip bulk list, the bulk delist and relister, and I've really been liking it. I have not used it before. I've been doing it manually, and it's taken a lot of time. But I decided to start using that, and so far I've really, really enjoyed it. Definitely saves time. Okay, so this next piece was actually my personal piece, my personal item. This is a locked like t-shirt. It has like the bell sleeves. This was really cute. I liked it at first, but I had asked my husband one day, I was like, do you think that this shirt is cute? And he was like, if I'm being honest, not really. So that kind of put me in the mood where I was like, okay, I don't want to wear this ever again. But it's really soft material, but it does have some wash wear because, like I said, I did wear it a couple of times, and but it's really cute. I think it's still really cute, but anyway, this was part of the 40% off sale, sold for $13. My earnings was $10.05, and I will totally take that for an item that is used, as in I used it personally and got some wear out of it. So I'm happy to see that return on this piece. But one thing that this blouse does is hold lint. So I'm about to just go ham on the lint roll really quick. Trust and obey. Okay. We got that as good as it's gonna get, I believe. Very cute blouse. I'm glad that it finally sold and that someone will get good use out of it. My goodness, it's like lint just is coming out of nowhere from this piece. Like, what is going on? There we go. I'm going to get to the post office and they're going to be like, really? Really, Christy? Like, all these packages? Really? Usually if I have a order this big, I will just get them to pick it up. But you have to put in the pickup, at least for mine, like the night before. And I knew that I would not have this packed up by the time my mailman comes. And he comes at like 10:30 in the morning. It's like 1 o'clock right now. So yeah, I knew I was not going to have this done by like 10:30 a.m. Also, I was going to say with this particular blouse, I've had this listed for quite a while. Like, it's been months. Okay, you guys, after this one, we have one more, and then we're finally finished. Whew. I could use a snack. Very random, but I have been trying to stay well hydrated, and my husband got me one of these like circle bottles. It is got ice and it is sweating right now, but if you don't have one of these, this has literally helped me so much to drink more water. It's amazing. Of course, if you like flavored water, you won't like that, but if you like flavored water like me, it will literally change your life. Okay, so last item. This was actually not part of my 40% off sale. This was an offer that was sent to me, and I absolutely accepted it because I've had this listed since like last summer. This is a Van Heusen, which I don't know where this is sold at. Is it JCPenney or something? Something like that. But it's just a sheer polka dot blouse. This will be great for someone that works in an office. I feel like it's just very nice. This is not something I would pick up in Goodwill. This was given to me from my mother-in-law. I'm pretty sure this was her personal item. She loves to wear like the sleeveless sheer blouses. So I'm pretty sure this was hers. And so cost of goods was $0. I had this listed for like 20, I think. 20, maybe 18. And I received an offer of 14, and I was like, absolutely, because I'd had 0 interest on it. Actually, I maybe had like 2 likes on it on Poshmark, and on other platforms, absolutely no interest. So when I received that $14 offer, I was like, thank you, and the Lord bless you, because that's awesome. I mean, it's a cute blouse, but it's nothing special as far as brand, so I was very happy with that offer. I love when people send me the best offers. Like if I have something listed for like $40 and I get an offer of $35, I'm just like, you are so nice. Like, you have such a great heart. So cost of goods zero, $14. After like fees and everything, I made $8.07, which is kind of crazy when I think about it, like how much that Poshmark took. Sometimes it kind of blows my mind at, you know, how much money they take from each transaction. Like, they are making some good money. Let's just say that. They are definitely making some good money. That's why I do... Oh, I forgot a thank you sticker. That's why I really like selling on Mercari, because they don't take as many fees. But Mercari has been so dead. I don't even remember the last time I had to sell on Mercari. And like I've told you guys before, like it gets bad sometimes to the point where I'm like, should I even sell on Mercari anymore? Like, is it even worth it? And then I will get like bunches of sales as soon as I think that. But yeah, as of right now, I think I'm going to continue to sell on Mercari, just because I do have the flip cross lister, which really helps me when it comes to cross listing to different to many different platforms. So yeah, I guess we'll keep it for now. But anyway, that is the end of this video. I'm about to get these put in one of my big old Aldi bags that I like to carry my packages in, and I'm going to head to the post office. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful to you in some way. If anything, you're able to see what's selling right now. And you know, if you're like me, a little worried about the summer slowdown, just do the best you can, and we're going to get through it. It's not going to be bad. I'm believing it's not going to be as bad this summer as it was last summer. And we're going to continue working hard on our businesses, and believing that the Lord is going to bless it. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.